So today we're going to focus on the spotlights. Righto, so a bit of an early start this morning. I mean, got work in 45 minutes, so may as well start this one earlier. So today we're going to focus on the spotlights because you probably noticed that I put these in. I did a video on these 7-inch halo LED lights. They're all right. They're better than those old candles, but it's not enough light for me when driving on country roads and that. So because this is a budget build, I've gone with some budget spotties. Now, gone with the King's ones. I think, what are they called? 9-inch Osram driving lights, a pair, and I got these with a wiring loom just so it saves all the hassle, and I can show you guys that you can do this at home too. So this is what I've got. Two big spotties here, 9 inches. When I bought these, I wasn't sure if they'd fit because I didn't measure. I thought they would, but I'll show you what it looks like. So I'll just get one of these out. Now, righto, so as you can see, it doesn't really fit. That's a problem. But I was thinking last night when I was looking at it, if I put it in from the back here, instead of putting it on top of the bull bar bracket, I can slide it in between like that. And give me a second. Righto, so if I thread it through like that, I mean it's not straight at the moment, but it sits pretty much perfectly, and there is a tiny bit of room up there. So what I'm gonna do is I'll have the bracket down here. Now I'm going to have to space it out a bit because there's a bit of room between there, if you can see right there. Get a spacer, space it out, and then bolt it in, and that's how I'm going to have them. So they'll sit there, so I can still have that main airflow to the radiator in the middle, and it should work pretty good. Righto, bit of change of plan. The steel I cut for a little spacer was too big because stupid me didn't measure the hole. Well, not the hole, the gap. Anyway, so what I've got here is a messy bench, but some rubber from an old mud flap I've just cut up, and I think three or two will be the height of the space that I want, and I've got another 3 here. So I've just cut it out roughly, drilled a hole, and should be good to fit a bolt through and clamp down on. So I'll just go ahead and see if it fits and works, and I'll get back to you. Righto, so just put on one spotlight. It's gonna get the light from my phone. So that's one spotlight on, sitting nice and pretty. So that's the top bar, that's the bottom bar, and you can see how close that is to the spotty. I mean, I'll show you in the daytime, but just to give you a reference. So in there you can sort of see, you can sort of see the rubber. So I used one thick piece, and I had to cut a piece thinner so it fits, and it's just bolted on the bottom there. So it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna put the other one on tonight, and then I'll show you in the morning, and tomorrow we can wire it up, which will be pretty easy because we've got a wiring loom. So that means we don't have to make our own loom, and we can just plug and play, drill a hole for a switch, and good as new. Righto, that's what she looks like with the spotties on. Nice fit and everything. I haven't wired them up yet, as you can see, flopping around wires there, but just messing around with the snorkel again, and I'll get on with that wiring as soon as I can. Just trying to get the snorkel to fit. Righto, so now that the spotties are installed on the front, we're going to do the wiring. So with my kit, it came with a wiring kit with the set. So this is, what do they call it? Plug and play harness. I think you can get a smart plug and play harness for negative switched vehicles. I noticed there's another relay in here, so that could also possibly be for the negative switched vehicles, because they're different when you're hooking up these wiring looms. So negative switch, I'm referring to mostly Toyotas. Some other vehicles have it, but mostly Toyotas, you'll see it on there. So right, so let's get to this wiring. So in the kit, this is what you'll get. You've got your main part here. I've taken it I took it out of the box. It looks like spaghetti, but trust me, it's pretty simple. So on here we've got a relay, a fuse, a negative and a positive wire, a rocker switch on the end here. It's already plugged up and ready to go. A connector here, and a different style connector on this one. So then you've got this other bit of wiring loom here, a spare relay, well, possibly not spare if you're doing negative switched, this little gizmo here with some fittings on it, another fitting, and this other one here with some more fittings on it. Righto, so the first bit of gear we're going to need is this part with the two orange connectors and the single connector here. So this bit actually plugs into the spotlight connectors here. So that plugs into there. Let me just do this one-handed. I've got two hands. Right, so it plugs in like that. And this other one plugs into the other spotlight just like that. And yeah, that's how you plug it in. And to release it, it's got this little tab here. You push down and you pull. It's hard to do this one-handed. There we go. And then yeah, so that's how that connector works and what this loom is for. So don't just hook it up, we're going to run it through the grill here, and I'll probably run it over here, so in front of the grill over here, through this hole, whatever, wherever you can fit it, whatnot, and then I'll go from this spot here. Okay, so here is my end, and it goes in through the grill here. Let me just get a torch to show you. So it goes in through the front of the grill like that. Nice clean install. Tidies up the wires a bit. I might actually change that one, but yeah, so nice tidy install, and it pops out the front here. Pops out the front here. So next part we're going to need is the big bit of spaghetti that you see here. So we're going to use this, and we're going to plug in the little orange end here into our little socket that we just brought through here. So we'll do that. Okay, so our connector is connected there, nice and good. Next thing, I've just run the wiring loom, just flopped it on top of the engine there so it's out of the way. You want to grab the end with the white connector like this. Now for that, we're going to plug in this connector here. So it's the one with the 3 prongs on it and the socket to take the 3 prongs. So simply do this one-handed again. I'm just going to get these two and put them together. Okay, so they are together now. Now you'll see these two connectors. They look pretty similar. They look like they're joined together. Well, they would if they were long enough, but here's what we're going to do. So basically these connectors here connect into your headlight, and that's how the spotlights flick from high beam to low beam, well, on and off basically. So these go into that connector down there, so that one right there. Now you got to pull that connector apart for the headlights. You plug one end into the end that it plugs into and the other end into the other accepting end, if that makes any sense at all. Right, I'm going to try and do this one-handed, show you. Basically, this is what it looks like. So you got it going into the headlight loom right here, and then you got the other bit of that little junction going into the actual headlight here. So it functions off the actual headlight there. So yeah, that's pretty simple at the moment. Next step is we're gonna actually hook it up to power and find a spot for the relay to sit in the engine bay, which should be pretty easy. Got lots of room in the engine bay. We'll just tack screw it or something, make sure the relay is upright. So the next step here with our spaghetti loom here, we've got our relay here, we want to secure it, and we got a positive and a negative terminal we need to secure. So you basically go black to negative and red to positive, and you want to secure these onto your battery terminals here. I'll show you how it looks afterwards. Righto, so this is what it looks like basically. Negative on the negative there, just shoved in between and bolted back up. Now I think in the future I probably will change the terminals on those to proper terminals to stick on the end of the bolt rather than in there. And on the positive, that's what it looks like there. So nice and neat in there. I've just bent that over, which won't hurt it or anything, just so it doesn't hit the bonnet, and it fits in the cover here. So yeah, now gotta find a place to mount this relay. Where'd it go? It's down here. Find a place to mount the relay, and because they don't give you much room from the battery terminal, I mean I could extend the wires, but we're just gonna use what I've got here. I think I'm going to actually use the battery bracket for this. I'm just going to have to bend the relay bracket in order for it to sit nice on there, and I'll drill that hole out to fit as well. Righto, relay is attached down there, all good. Just had to bend that bracket, drill it out. Now the switch, how to get that inside of there? Well, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the switch off. So what I've done here is I've marked it. You can see there's some marks there on the terminals and on the switch there, so I know which terminals go into what once we take it off. Now to thread it through, there's holes on either side of the vehicle and sometimes in the middle of your vehicle on the firewall that allow you to thread wires through. Now usually in your newer vehicles it will look something like that, a big bulgy thingy, and sometimes it has things where you can pull out the rubber and stick things in there, so you don't have to cut any holes. In my case I can't do that with that because it's so old and brittle. I tried before, but no go. So just above it there's another little hole here. Now you can see I've threaded through a wire which actually goes through that, and if we go around in here, here it is right here. So what you want to do is you want to get a wire or something and poke it through your hole, and so it goes through, and you know it actually goes into your vehicle. Then what you want to do is you want to take your terminals off your switch, and you want to tape them to the end of your wire so you can pull it through into the actual vehicle. And that's what we're going to do now, and I'll just do that quickly and I'll show you how. I've just taped it there onto that piece of wire there, and we're going to pull it through, show you how it works. Oh, there's the switch right there. Here we go. So here's my wire, pull it through. Here we go. Ooh, poking the seat, don't do that. Tapes come off, but here's your loom for your switch. Now all we have to do is find a spot for our switch and put the switch back in, and the spotlight should work. So probably put it there, somewhere around there. So yeah, just run that wire along there. Yeah. Okay, so I decided to actually put the switch up here next to the steering wheel, just for ease of access. I have a plan for those later on, those little switch spaces there. But basically, just ran the wiring up from there, up into here. I don't know if you can see that, it'd be hard to show you in the dark, but yeah, that's where we're up to. So, the next step is just to clean these up, these wires up. I do suggest you check these, check the spotlights that they work before you tidy this up. I've checked they've worked, you can tidy it up, and I'll show you what they look like later on once I've finished that. Okay, so the spotlights are done, they're all wired up and everything. Just inside the patrol at the moment, it's raining, so this will be interesting. But yeah, just going to show you what it looks like with the spotlights compared to what it looked like before without the spotlights and these LED lights I have in. We're not going to drive on the road because I'm doing a few things, fixing up on the old Pui, so we'll do this now and you'll be able to see anyway how much better it is with the spotlights on the actual car. So we'll show you those now. Right, so let me just turn this interior light off. So we're sitting here in the dark, right? So these are my park lights on, hardly anything. That's low beam there, if you can see. I might just put the wipers on, get rid of some water. That's low beam. And I'm just going to turn the spotlights off. That's high beam there. That's pretty pathetic, isn't it? So you can probably hardly see that. Now, this is with the spotlights on. What a difference that makes. It's so much better, so much clearer. It shines really far, let's just face it. It shines pretty far up ahead in the distance wise. The spread, it's not that great in the spread, but they're more aimed for projecting. They aim for shooting the distance rather than the spread, so that's what I wanted. I got tons more light. You can see the roos ahead of me now, so that's good. Better turn these lights off so my battery doesn't go flat. But yeah, so that's the install for the budget spotties on the old patrol. I'll be happy now. Go to the high country and basically see what I want to see. So yeah, it'll be good. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be the snorkel install. So look forward to that one, and I will catch you guys then. See ya. Hey!